But one of the basic rules of improv is the idea of yes and. So if someone starts a skit and it goes to you to continue the skit, you don't stop it dead by saying, oh, that won't work because, or it's implausible. You always take what the person says and you say, yes, and here's how I'm going to build on it. Here's how I'm going to be creative and make this into something more special or more funny or whatever you're trying to do. But let's use that spirit and say, okay, yes, and. So we have to stay 6 feet apart. Yes, and here's how we're going to do meals. Here's how we're going to do activities. We have to, test people for infection twice a week. Yes, and here's how we're going to make that work. So in other words, use that spirit of improv and creativity to be proactive and not just look at these burdens and feel hopeless and say, we're doomed. There's nothing we can do about this. Well, we can't change everything into a bubble where people are totally sterile all the time. We can't make an ICU out of our homes. We have to understand that there is imperfection that we're going to have to accept because this is real life and real relationships. But what are some of the things that maybe we didn't take into account that we could work around down the road? And I think it's, as I'll say later on, a real opportunity to reinvent ourselves in a major way, no matter what our model of care may be. This is also an opportunity. This virus has made us all pause. And we all know that we're not going to come out doing things exactly like we did before. So I think this is our challenge is, do we now have the will to look critically at this system of how we age in America or anywhere in the world? But I think we all need to challenge ourselves, and it doesn't matter who we are. I think people in the culture change movement need to challenge ourselves too, because I think it's more than putting a fresh coat of paint on a bad system. I think we need to go right back to square one and reinvent. This is our opportunity to do that. And I think, the greenhouse model to me has been within the long-term care system, about the best we've done. But I think even the greenhouse project, as wonderful it is, we can look at this and say, what did we learn from this? How can we bring those core values, which Jen and Polly said are so critical, to bear in a better way that also makes us more resilient when things like this come along in the future?